Hello everybody. I know that many of you have been creating videos on your phone and have been wanting to maybe put the clips together to make something flow, to make like a semi-vid movie, but you're thinking that it's so difficult to do. You might not be aware that there are so many apps that you can download from your app store. Today I'm going to introduce you to just one, and it's called VN. VN means VlogNow, is available for both iPhone and Android. This reduces a lot the learning curve for knowing how to edit videos. It has a lot of power to this, and you can do it. So let's get into the app. I have already downloaded and installed it, and I'm going to open it. When you first open the app, you are looking at home screen. Very top right hand corner is a cogwheel. If you open it, you get into the settings. You can change the resolution, frames per second, and the bit rate according to your phone, what your phone can support. The bigger the frame rate, the bigger the resolution, the more space the video will take up. So we come out of that. At the very top, you can see some icons. You can learn how to use the app, that graduate app, cap. Templates are there. Templates are pre-designed little clips that you only have to do is to drop your own videos and it will display as the templates. You can look at that. Filters, music, sound, and fonts. You can add them there for the clip. The space below is where you would see all the clips that you have made. I've already made 2. So I'm just going to the very bottom next to the home key. And in that little box is a plus. I'm going to click on that. And this comes up. I want to create a new project. So here I now have the option to select all the clips that I have made, put them together. You can select photos too, but I'm going to use video. I'm going to select the first one, second one. I can select maybe this one, the last one. And here are all the clips at the very bottom with the length of each clip. And I'm using the arrow key to go forward. When I come in, you can see this window that will show you a preview of your clips. Very top screen, you have one very important button where there is original. When you click on original, it will show you all the different frames that you can create your video in. If you keep original, it will come in the way you carry it in. If you select 16 by 9, dimensions, the resolution, to be the shape for YouTube, and in many cases for Facebook. And you have all those different shapes. If I slide along, you'll see 9 by 16, which is for TikTok and Instagram. And if I could slide along a little bit more, you'll see 21 by 9, which is the cinematic. The next that you're looking at is a pointy arrow that will play your video and stop it. And to the left and right is a move forward and backward button. And to the very right corner is the undo and redo button. And the very left corner is the length of the entire video, where the first one, counter, is showing you where your playhead is. And the other one will show you the complete length of all the clips that you have. Now, the vertical line that you're seeing, the white line, it's static, but that's called a play line, and it will show what you have there. So if I come down to this video clip here.
Hello.
I am going to begin editing this video by going to the point. Hello. Where I see this lady coming in. I'm going to take my fingers, everything is done with your fingers, and I'm going to pinch outwards. I can better manage these clips. And what I'm going to do is I just want her when she begins to come in. So I'm moving along with my finger with the playhead. Go a little bit out like that. And if I want, what I can do is I can trim the clip by pinching in. When I touch it, you see that it circles. There's to the beginning and end of each clip, you see these yellow marks. You can pinch the clip in with your finger to shorten the clip. Or if you want to go to the front, just pinch that one and stop. Then you can move this counter along the clip to that area you want. So you see about that, that is good. And if you want, you can even expand it more. So it's just the same and it will do that. I'm just taking this short little bit. Let's see how it plays. And notice the playhead is going all the way. So that looks good to me. So I'm going to say yes with the check mark. The best one for me is to split the clip. And to split, you use a scissor. And then you have two clips. You can delete the first part of it. You select the garbage bin is here, just delete. I could go through all of these clips and trim them. I'm going to trim it here, split it, delete this part by selecting it, garbage. I can move this clip. What I want is, if you play it, it says where I was. So I'm going to take this clip and move it in front, put it to the beginning. I'm just going to pinch it a little bit so it's more manageable. Hold it with my finger, move it in front. So I'm dragging and dropping. Now that should be at the beginning of it. And I want to split it about there. So I use my scissor. Okay. So split, delete. And I can go through this, attending to every one of these clips like that. I come to the third one and I can trim it just the same way. I'm going to go to a little area, maybe about there, and I'm going to split it, delete this section, play. I'm going to just split it there, delete, or clip, and move it along. Expand it if you want more than 2.50 seconds. You can expand it. So I'm just going to say, yes, that's good. And the last box at the end has really nothing. So you can just select that and delete it. Can I delete it? Delete. Okay, so if I play from beginning to end, you'll see what it is. And I can add some filters to this clip. I come in, the original, and I could do any of these presets, but I don't want any of that. It has custom look you want, but I want to make some adjustments to, say, the exposure, to brighten or darken some areas of it. So if I click on exposure, negative or positively, and move along, you'll see the clip brightens. Look brighter than it was. And I could go doing that to all the clip, this lady. So I am going to adjust this clip too by going to go to filter and then adjust. And I'm going to try the exposure on it too and brightens it up because it was a sunny day. And I could do contrast and saturation and all that with the last one that look a little washed out too, and do the same thing. If all the clips were the same, I could apply to all, any one of these presets I could use, but they're all different. So I could try vibrance or saturation. And you could go through this and that looks enough better than it was. If you want to add some kind of transition to the video, if you click on the plus signs in between the clips, you get some transitions that you can add. Important now. The next thing you can do is you can add music. So we come back to the timeline again, and at the very top it says tap to add music. You can tap, and when you tap, you can add music, effects, or record of your own voice. Music. So I'm going to choose Let's Hear It Please. Okay, so I'm going to choose that. And if I want the volume to be as it is, I can keep the volume at 100% or I can reduce it. If I want it to fade in, I can adjust that fading and then I can say yes. So when it plays now, it fades in. This, once you add the music, it goes to the entire length of your video. I might not want that. So again, you can tap and pinch in to adjust the length of the music. See, just drag it. I just wanted to play over the little happy dog. So I just drag it to the end of that. So it will play, tap off, play. The next audio you can add is a recording. I'm going to add a recording of my own voice. Let's say record. Today I went on a hiking trip at Seton Trail. Really is a dog park. Stop. If I play, and I could do that. Today I went on a hiking trip at Seton Trail. Really? And I can also shorten that too. Cut out the little part that I said and so on. Now, the next thing you can do is you can tap to add a subtitle. I'm going to add a subtitle, and there are many, and I'm going to choose cover. At the beginning, I wanted to say something. It doesn't really look like this because it's really transparent background. Let's say I try this one above it. Okay, summer. Once I've selected it, in the left top there you see it says summer. I'm going to replace that with hiking. Check mark to say okay. And then after I've done that, I am now able to move this thing anywhere on this screen that I want. Okay, so I can put it about there. You can expand it with your fingers, you can twist it, turn it, you can do anything. Touch anywhere on the screen to get rid of that. And the next one is just above the videos, is tap to add a sticker or PRP. In this case, I want to add something that says subscribe. So I'm going to say add a video, and I have this animation. If I play it, you see what it's saying, subscribe, 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 please. It is where I don't want it to be though. So I'm going to move it from there and put it nearer towards the end of the video. So again, I tap on it and I drag it with my finger to the location I want it. Okay, so if we play that from the beginning, you see what it says. Okay, so it has this cream border around it. And so what I want to do is take this cream border off. I'm going to select it and I'm going to go to chroma. The chroma, you see this thing comes up. There's a little plus. You point that to the color you want to remove. I adjusted the intensity to make the hand show. I'm going to say, okay, that's okay. you add a chroma key. Now the next thing is with this that I want to do is I want to have a motion. I want this thing to move from right to left with the tapping and the kicking. So I'm positioning it where I want it to start. And then in this menu above for this thing, I'm going to say keyframe. And then I go to the end if I wanted to do anything, and I set another keyframe. But then what I want to do now from that is move this right across the video and let it disappear. So let's see if that happens. Yeah. So if I play now, this is just a quick way how you can edit your own videos. One other thing is doing a speed. So here is this clip. And what I want is just one little part of this woman to be walking or running or doing something. So as she comes up at the beginning, I'm going to sink this down so she walks slowly, slowly. And I can adjust it to the speed I want her to walk. Okay? If that's the place, I can have her running when she gets there. So look at this again. So I could do that for whatever distance I want. Or if I wanted to apply, this is just for a little specific location on the clip, you would use a curve. Now, what about regular? Regular would apply to the whole clip. So if I want her to be running, I can speed her up by doing that, or I can slow her down. I don't even know this is, so I want an effect. They have all kind of effects. Machine ringing.
Amazing!
Yeah.
Amazing!
So I'm going to choose that one.
Amazing!
And if I want to play the entire video,
today I went on a hiking trip. Amazing!
you could also zoom in and zoom out with a keyframe. I want this thing to zoom in and zoom out. You can play around with that. With your finger, you can set the keyframes and then you expand the video and contract the video and you'll have it moving, but it might not be as smooth as these ones. That's it. This is really a neat little thing you can play around with. Do your editing. It plays on anything at the dimensions that you set it for.
Amazing!
Okay. And that's a short video. So I'm done and I'm going to export. My video is not, my camera doesn't support 4K, but some of your camera might. You can change the frame rate and bit rate. Bigger it is, the more it is, the bigger your storage is. I'm just going to say, check the mark there, and it begins to export. And when it exports, it has a file that you can share on your social media channels with anywhere you want to use it. You can choose whichever method you want to use to get your video on your various social media channels. So that is just some of the features in this video editor that I am using my phone only to do. Thank you for watching. Bye.